Good morning, everyone. So today we are here to the day two batch. Okay. So it's now 7:55. So correct at 8 a.m. we are going to start up with our session. Let all the attendees get connected to the Zoom. We are here to wait still 5 more minutes for 8 a.m. So you can just raise your hands and confirm me that I am audible to you correctly. So am I audible to you correctly? You can just raise your hands and confirm me. Or the chat box is enabled for you. You can keep me in a chat box as well. Until those who are connected, they can have an interaction with me. Or if they want to introduce or give a short intro, they can raise their hands. I can unmute them. I didn't got yet a reply on a chat. Please check your chats. So just confirm me I am audible to you all correctly. I am not getting the response yet. Yes, Aditi, Reddy, Abid Khan, am I audible? Yes. So this is the daily session in which I'll be confirming you correctly. Am I audible to you or not? Okay. So be sure to respond at that moment. Okay. So still two minutes to go. We'll wait till 8 a.m. to start up with today's day two session. So, yes, let us start with today's day two session. Okay. So, yesterday I introduced you to our logic labs, to the batch that we are conducting, the trainer that is me. Okay. So, today I'll just give a short intro as it is a day two session. Multiple peoples will be joining directly to the day two. So, I'll just take 2 minutes to give the intros. So let me share my screen with you all. Okay. So first of all, those who are attending for today's session, that is the day two session, I would like to welcome you all to our logiclabstech.com, to our Logic Labs Technologies. And we are into Linux administration batch that is RHCSA, that is Red Hat Certified System Administrator. Okay. Our batch number is 269. Okay, as we'll be conducting multiple batches, you people who will be from batch 269 will be recognized to the RHCSA. Okay, my name is Sonika. I'm a trainer for you people for the RHCSA. Regarding my short intro, I'm working as an Linux sysadmin into one of the organization. Okay, even I have conducted multiple batches, trained multiple people for the Linux administration, and even I have been writing multiple technical content writings related to the Linux operating system into multiple test process. Okay, so our commence date, that is, it was yesterday, that is 1st of February 2024. So yesterday we conducted day one session and today we are into the day two session. Okay. So those who all have missed with the day one session, please join the WhatsApp community group where you will get the YouTube link. The recordings for the day one, day two, and day three are being shared onto the YouTube, and those YouTube links will be provided to you onto the WhatsApp community group. Okay, so please go through it. You will get the detailed information about the course content that we are going to learn throughout the batch. Okay. So the timing of our batch is in the morning 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST. So who all are out of India, they can convert their timing as per IST timing. Okay. The course fees will be 5900 INR. That is 5,900 INR. Okay. So the duration of this course will be of 4 weeks. 4 weeks means 20 working days. Okay, it might exceed up to 25 to 26 days, okay, depending upon the practicals that will be conducting. Okay, so if you have any queries and concerns related to the batch or related to the CSA, that is RHCSA, you can contact to Logic Labs Technologies to the mentioned numbers given over here, as well as you can keep us a mail on to support at the logiclabstech.com. Okay, so for the first 5 sessions will be free to all the attendees. Okay, and on the sixth session, the Zoom meeting links will be shared to all the paid registered participants only. Okay, so there will be no batch shiftings. The continuity will be remaining. If you people cannot attend it, you can go through the recordings, the session which you have missed, and regularize your batch again to the next day at 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So once you are a paid registered participant, you will get your own credentials to log into your dashboard. Okay. So where into that dashboard, you will be having all the recorded sessions that will be conducting day wise. Okay, the day one session is conducted, the day one recording will be uploaded. Also, The PDFs related to that will be uploaded to you people. Okay, and there is no any limitations to access to your dashboard. It is a lifetime access. Even after 5 years, if you want to rebrush your Linux base when you are at the top level, okay, to rebrush your base concepts, you can again open your dashboard and you can go through the recordings. Okay, so that is a lifetime access, the dashboard as well as the PDFs. Okay, for the session updated joinings, as I told, please join the WhatsApp community group, and all the section recordings and notes will be accessed through the LMS Graphene. That is, the dashboard will be accessed to you people with the Graphene, that is LMS Graph. Okay, so let me share some of the links with you people where you can connect it, like the websites. Okay, after that, the Telegram group, the YouTube links that we are having. You can stay connected to us through these all available links that I have that I have provided to you. Okay, even related related to our batch, let me share you some key links which will help you. Okay, so this is the course content link. Those who are missing with the course content, to view it, you can view through this link. After that, this is the Zoom registration link. This is the WhatsApp community group where you can join, and all this session related updated information you'll be getting onto this WhatsApp group. Okay, so these are the primary things that you can you can get connected to us. Okay, so please, you can copy paste with the links that have been provided to you into the chat box. Okay, so until here, until yesterday, if you people have any queries, you can raise your hands and just clarify your doubts. Or else we'll start with today's concept, that is OS installation guide. Okay. So can you people raise your hands, those who have attended the day two session? Yesterday you have not attended and today you are attending it. Abid Khan. Abid Khan. Okay. That's great. So see, you people just join the WhatsApp community group. Okay. The thing that I have shared you onto the chat box, where you will get the day one recorded session. Okay. In which I have explained you thoroughly the Linux administration course content that we are going to cover. Okay. Even I have explained all the PDFs that we are going to provide you to your dashboards every after the session. Okay. Moreoverly, we are focusing entirely onto the command line oriented, each and every command, okay, which will help you to manage your servers and VMs through command line oriented. Okay. So do attend the day one session recording, which will help you to sort out your queries. And tomorrow you might ask me the concerns related to it. Okay. So you can lower your hands. Okay then. So let's start with today's session, that is installation guide. Into installation guide, we are going to see three different platforms where we'll be installing our operating system. The first platform is of the virtual machine. So what is virtual machine? You people might be knowing it as you are all from the IT background, right? So VMs are nothing but, if suppose this is my operating system, right? This is my Windows operating system on which I'm taking your session, right? But I need multiple OSs onto it. Okay, Abid. You can just, if you people are who all are interested to give their intros, I'll unmute them. Okay. Yes, Abidar, I've allowed to talk to you. You can unmute from your end.
Hello, ma'am.
Ah, yes. A very good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. My name is Abid and I am from Jammu and Kashmir. And my friend has also joined. His name is also Abid.
Ah, Abid Khan. Both
Yeah,
of them. Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are from non-IT background and we want
Okay.
to learn this Linux and AWS.
Okay, that's great. So you'll be moving further with the DevOps.
Yeah, AWS with DevOps and Linux first. We will first learn Linux and then we will go for AWS with DevOps.
Yes, yes. For DevOps, Linux is mandatory, totally command line oriented.
Yes,
No
ma'am.
issues. That's great to see you people here with interest into the IT sector. Okay, so each and everything will be explained to you into an easy manner where even a non-IT people can also understand.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
ma'am.
very much. Go
Thank you.
through the recording. You will get to know all the details. Keep a clear communication. Okay. If you have any queries, you can ask me in these 5 days. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye. Not bye. Be here only. Okay. Okay. So, yes. So, installation guide. See, what I was explaining that. See, this is my operating system, Windows, where we have got connected to each other. You people might be using Mac as well. Okay. So any platform of the operating system that is installed on our system, on that we are going to configure the virtual machine, that is the virtual computer. Into a normal language we can say that virtual system we are going to configure, like we are going to configure the hardwares like HDD, it might be the hard disk, RAM, CPU, right? So virtually we are going to configure it, and on that we are going to install our operating system. You can mute it from your end. Yeah. So on that we are going to install our operating system. Okay, let me explain. So how do virtual machine works? So see, this is the hardware, means this is our own system onto which we are now. Onto that we have one OS. For example, mine is Windows OS, so I am having Windows. On that I am going to install a virtual box where I am going to create my virtual system, and on that I am going to install the Linux operating system. Okay, even you can configure with the Mac, Windows as well. But as per now, we are going to create Linux. So how do virtual machine works? Virtual machine are made possible through the virtualization technology. Okay, Virtu- virtualization uses software to simulate virtual hardware that allow multiple VMs, that is the virtual machines, to run on the single machine, right? This hardware base is a single machine, that is a physical machine in which we are creating the virtual machines. Okay, the physical The physical machine is known as the host, while the VMs running on it are called as the guests. So, as of now, we can say that Linux is my guest operating system and Windows is my host operating system. Okay. So this is a short intro for the virtual machine to understand you people into an easy manner. Okay. So the next, each and every step to install, download is given over here. So first of all, we'll move on with the practicals now. Okay. So let me go to the browser. So what you people have to do is to go to your browser. Okay. Some of you might also might be having the VMs already in the VirtualBox already installed onto your system. Okay. So onto the browser, you are going to search virtual box. Okay, virtual box. So you can click on the virtual box below, and then after you will come to the page of virtualbox.org. This is Oracle. So whose it is? Developer, the Oracle and Sun Microsystems. Okay. So see, you can read Oracle VM VirtualBox is a hosted hypervisor for x86 virtualization developed by the Oracle Corporation. Okay, so just click onto this, the official site of the Oracle. So you will come to this welcome page. Then after come down, so you can click over for download to the virtual box. Okay, you will come to this page. It will ask you onto which platform you want to install the virtual box. As of now, I want to install onto the Windows host. Those who are using Mac, they can go with the Mac OS. Okay, so I'm clicking onto the Windows host. Okay, in spite of clicking directly, you can come down over here. Okay, so you will find the one more link for the versions, means from lower versions to top versions, all versions will be available. So you can see that kit is available all platforms. No, just a moment. Okay, one more option was available where you can find the list of versions available. Okay, if you click to that also Windows directly, it will be installed, downloaded to you people. No issues with that. If some people might face issue related to the version compatibility to your host machine, that time here it is. Older builds. Yes, here you will find the older builds. The active maintenance is of 7.0 version only. Okay, these are no longer supported. So you can download VirtualBox 7.0. Okay, directly also it is possible from here. Also, you can click it from here as well. Okay, so yes, when you come to the downloads, okay, so show into the folder. So see, the Oracle box, the virtual box is downloaded with a .exe file. Okay, so click onto it as if you install a normal any of the software. We have to install it. Okay, we are just now we are doing it just first step now. Okay, that is to install the VM. After that, the second step is we are going to configure the VM, means we are going to configure the system. Okay. So the simple steps is next, you are going to do next, next. Okay. Next, install. So the installation will be started. As of now, already I have installed it. Just for your sake, I have shown you. Just you need to go it to do next, 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 which will help you to install this VirtualBox setup. Okay. As of now, from my end, I'm canceling it. Okay, because already it is there into my system. Okay, so once you install that virtual box, you will get a shortcut like this. Okay, so see here, Oracle VM virtual box. So this is all the first step that we have completed, that we installed the setup of VM. Now, the second step, we are going to create the virtual machine with some hardware configuration onto it, right? So for that, we have to go to new, where a new virtual machine will be created. Okay, just 2 minutes, allow me. This batch is completed, so delete all files. 2 to 4 is also. Okay. So before creating, okay, before creating a new virtual machine, make sure not to create it into the C drive. Okay, the setup is by default, it is installed in C drive. But when you create your virtual machine, make sure that the spaces are available to your drives where you are going to allocate your virtual machine. Okay. So as of now, I have selected my F drive where I am going to create a new folder. You people have also to create a new folder that is VM batch 269. And batch number is that? Yeah, it's 269. Okay. I created one folder in F drive. Okay, where into this folder my virtual machine will be stored. Okay, the space with 20 GB of the 20 GB. Okay, so now let me go to new, where I'm going to create my new virtual machine. So I can name it as Linux batch 269. Okay, and select the path. Do not keep your path and C drive. Okay, the system might get crashed or there should be some disturbance. It might get caused with the VMs. Okay, because it will allocate the the 20 GB size. Okay, and which will be formatting that particular 20 GB for the OS installation onto that. Okay, so into F drive, I had created one folder. So you people are also going to do the same. Okay. Then select the drive which I have created. So that is VM batch 269. I'm selecting this folder. So the path I have given for my machine folder is F drive. The type is Linux and the version that I'm going to install is Red Hat 64-bit. say next. Okay. So memory size, that is RAM, you have to select. So as of now, 1024 MB is more than enough. Just a moment. So I didn't give you the overview only. Directly I started with the installation. No worries. This is also near this thing only. We'll install this, and in the background we will keep this into the running format, and parallelly I'll conduct the overview for you people. Okay. You also, if you are onto the systems, right? So you can create your VMs now only. Okay. So keep the memory size as it is, that is 1024 MB. Say next. Create a virtual hard disk now. Yes, I want to create it now itself. So VDI, keep it as it is, dynamically allocated. Yes. Now here it is 8 GB size, but I will be giving 20 GB size, which will be more than enough for us for our virtual machine. Okay. So let me create now. So once I create, my virtual box is ready. See, virtual machine is ready with these configurations. You can read these configurations over here. Like the name of my machine is Linux Bash 269, operating system is Red Hat, memory is 1024 MB. Okay. So controller SATA is been allotted with 20 GB. We assigned it 20 GB. Okay. So this is the virtual machine that I have prepared. But the third important step is yet we have to install the operating system onto it with the ISO image file. Okay. So how to install that ISO image? The first thing you have to minimize now this, go to browser again. Okay. So onto the browser, you have to search for Red Hat ISO image. Okay. And download. So you will come to the site of developers.redhat.com. So click on it. So once you click onto it, you need to log in. Okay. So you people might not be having your account that is being registered with the Red Hat, right? So these are very simple methods that you have to follow. Okay. You have to log in by giving all the details that they ask you. Okay. This is just two steps. Okay. So create your account, give all information about your name and all. I am not going to show you here because already I have one Red Hat account that is being registered with it. Okay. So you people, it is very easy method. Log in with your Google as well. It will be okay. Okay. Provide your Gmail addresses where you will get the link to get connected, and provide the login ID and the passwords to it. The credentials, make a note of those credentials because it will be useful for you to when we are going to get subscription manager registration with the Red Hat. Okay. So properly, whatever input you give at the time of creation of this Red Hat account, make a note of it. Okay, the password, the username, and all. Okay, in future, it is needed for us. Okay, so just follow the steps as told by to create the Red Hat account. So once you log in, so by that credentials, you people will be logging to this, and once you log in, automatically the ISO image will start downloading. Okay. Do you people have any queries, or it is understood what I have explained to you? So that's great that you people have understood it. Okay. It's a easy way to do it. Okay. So once you log in, automatically the ISO image will start downloading into your system. It is of 8 to 9 GB because it is the operating system image. It will be 9 to 8 to 9 GB. Okay, so it might take downloading time about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes, or more about depending upon your ISP provider. Okay, so then after you are going to come to your virtual machine. That is this VM. Okay. Once you download your ISO machine, select your virtual machine. See, I'm selected my 269 machine and I am going to click on start. So once you click on start, it will prompt you. See, please select a virtual optical disk file or a physical optical drive containing the disk to start your new virtual machine form. Okay. So it is asking for the operating system. So this is the virtual machine. So where is the operating system? It is allowing us to select it from this drag and drop. Okay. Not drag and drop. It is when you will click over here, you will get the ISO image automatically identified over here. If it is not identified, you can just click over here, browse, and you can give the link over here. So see, the RHL 8.0 version is available, which is 9.43 GB. So just keep your mouse pointer over here. It will show you where the location of this ISO is. It is in downloads, right? But automatically it has linked it. If it is not linking, you have to click over here and link it. Okay. So this is the ISO image. Select it and say start. So in this way, your operating system has started installing onto your virtual machine without any interruption for your host machine. Okay. So it might take a bit time. Okay. To boot up the files of the OS for the installation. Until that, if you have to interact with any of the queries, can raise your hands. I can ask, I can clarify your queries. So in this way, see, the operating system is installing onto our VM. Shortly, we will get the installation summary where we can. Okay, so it might take a much time. Parallelly, I will explain you with the overview of the operating system. Okay, switching, start switch to root. Okay. Okay, no issues. Until this is getting installed, we will move on with the overview of the operating system. Okay, so in the background, our VM is running. Okay, so let us understand what is Linux operating system, why it is important. Okay, where all Linuxes are used, and why should we learn Linux? Okay, being a system administrator, what will be our role? Okay, next is why Linux is more secure. We have multiple Linux distros and how and where we can install our Linux operating system. Okay, so what is a Linux operating system? So first of all, the Linux operating system. Yeah, sorry for the interruption. So what? So first of all, Linux is an open source operating system. So what is open source? The source code is open to everyone. Linux source code. Similarly, for Windows and Mac, it is not open source, right? No one can no one can develop and create the newer versions of the OSs. They have some copyrights to them, right? Even Windows licenses are to be paid and Mac licenses are also to be paid. But in Unix, that is the Linux, which is the base, Unix is the base of the Linux operating system, right? So Linux operating system is free of cost. There is no need to pay any of the amount to install the Linux operating system. Even the packages, the softwares that we install onto our servers, those are also all of free of cost. Okay, first thing, it is open source, open to all developers. They can develop any of the source code, any of the additional versions they want, and they can distribute that source code. So what we have multiple Linux distributions. You people might have heard of Debian, CentOS, Ubuntu, Alma Linux, Rocky Linux. These all are the Linux disk process. Okay, all functionalities are same only, but the differences are related to the package installers. That's it. So once you people understand the base, that is the Linux of how to operate the Linux, you will be eligible to work on multiple Linux distros. Okay, so that is all it means. That is the open source operating system. Okay, it is the high end software. Okay, this is a simple definition. It is the high end software that communicates with the hardware and allows other programs to run on it. The Linux was first developed by the Linus Torvalds. Okay, it was developed by Linus Torvalds. It was developed to improvise the Unix. See, yet the Unix based operating systems were there to improvise them. The Linux was invented. The Linux was developed. Even now, AIX operating system. You people might have heard about the BI powered AIX operating system. So the Power PI servers are there. You people have heard it that AIX operating system is there. That is totally Unix based. And see, Unix based operating system is still a paid operating system. Okay, but the developed version, that is the Linux, is all open to everyone. Okay, it is free of cost. So multiple organizations are moving with the Linux operating system, not only for the free of cost, but as well as totally these Unix and Linux OSs are CLI mode, that is command line oriented. There is no graphical interface in between. Directly we'll be working onto the actual OS, that is through command line, right? So there is less requirement of the hardware configuration onto it. So it requires less hardware configuration. Like it, even we have multiple services that are running onto the server, which has the Linux operating system, will be running smoothly right onto the will be running smoothly throughout the services those are running onto the server. Okay, due to less hardware configuration requirement, and as it is CLI mode, it keeps its robustness continued. Okay, so this is all about the Linux operating system. So why Linux operating system is used by multiple organizations? The same. So see, it is an open source operating system. Anyone can run, study, modify, and redistribute the source code. So before moving to why, just I would like to tell you that see, this is the installation summary. So we provided the ISO image for the virtual machine to install it. After that, the procedure went on. Okay, then we are getting the installation summary where we need to input some things to it. Then the installation again begins. So as of now, I'm keeping the US English and making it continue. Okay, click on continue. Just a moment, it is, it clicked on now. Okay, so once you click on continue, you will come to the installation summary. So the first thing you have to start from systems. Okay. because already we have selected the English US for the keyboard, language support US. Okay, date and time. Let me change the date and time. So as I am in India, I'm selecting the Asia Kolkata timings. Okay, Asia Kolkata, that is 8:47 a.m. right now. Okay, and say done. You can select as per your country. Okay, so say done. After that, connect to Red Hat. No, not we are not going to register now. We are going to do it into the CLI mode into our further sessions. Okay, installation source. Do not make any changes to this as well. Okay, software selection. So we at that time now we are going to we are going to learn the CLI mode. So select this as server only. Don't select server with GUI mode. Select it with server and integrated, easy to manage the server. Okay. Additional software as of now we are not going to select it. Okay. So select server and say done. So once you are done, select the installation destination. What is this installation destination? Select the hard disk where you are going to install your operating system. So do you remember I created the hard hard disk space of 20 GB onto the VM? Yes. So it is. Mhm. So automatically it is getting linked over here. Okay, local standard hard disk, and select. Make sure the right mark is being ticked and then say done. So once you are done, move on. KDump is already enabled. Do not make any changes. Okay. Then network and host. So what is this network and host name? So this enables you to get connected to the virtual machine and the host machine. The Windows is my host and this is my VM. They both will get connected to each other through the Ethernet, where the internet access will start accessing from my host machine to the VM. Okay, so here you need to make it as on. If we click on off, it will be powered on. Okay. So Ethernet, I am making it on and say it as done. Here you can change the host name as well, but I am keeping it as it is. I will show you how to change the host name onto the CLI mode. Okay, so say done. So once you are done, see wired connectivity is possible through it. Network policy, do not make any changes to this. Next is the root password. This is very important. Whatever root password you assign, please make a note of it. Okay. So once your operating system is installed, you are going to log in as the root user. Okay. And at that time, it is going to ask you for this credential that you are inputting now at the time of installation. So you can see that the root account is used for administrating the system. Enter the root's password. So say done. Two times you have to press done. So see, press done again to use the password anyway. So say done. So the password is being set. Okay. User creation, as of now, I'm not going to create any of the users. So summary, I have given the summary to my virtual machine. So I am going to say it as begin installation. So once we say begin installation, the installation procedure starts. Even this takes a much time to install onto the VM, to install the operating system. Do you have any doubts into downloading of the VM, creating the virtual machine, downloading the ISO image and inputting that ISO to the virtual machine? for the installation and the installation summary. If you have any queries to this, you can raise your hands or keep me in a chat box. I will clarify it with you to now. Okay, so that we'll be moving with the basics of commands on day 4. Okay, today is day 2. Day 3 will be for the EC2 machines and the instances, and day 4 will be continuing with the basic of command. That time the virtual machine should be prepared with you people, right? So is it clear to you all? Okay, so the installation is proceeded. Let me minimize this and we'll continue with the overview of the operating system. So why Linux operating system is important, or why it is on the high end usage? Okay, so the first of all, it is an open source operating system. It is easy to run, study, modify, and redistribute the source code. High stability. Why stability is high? Because of its CLI mode. Okay, it is very stable and does not lead to crashes. It runs fastly as it is when installed first. So there is no issue like my server is hanged up or my server is down. The server lowers down. Why? Because the load average is increased. But due to GUI, what issues we are facing? Okay, that issues we will not be facing into the Linux-based operating system. That is onto the CLI mode. So less crashes are possible with this Linux operating systems. Okay. Security. It is a dependable server that offers high security to the users. Using Linux on your system is easy to avoid the viruses and the malware. The attacker cannot change any changes in the system until the user is logged in as the root user. Okay. So each and every file and directories are set with the permissions, by default permissions, and the root is the super user onto this Linux operating system who has all authority over entire operating system as well as the commands that we fire. But being a normal user, there are many restrictions and the limitations that are being set for the normal user, right? So what it is said that it is highly secure until and unless you are logged in as a root user. None of the files will be accessible to a normal user, nor they can execute it, nor they can read it. Okay, so what it is said that using Linux on your system is easy to avoid the virus and malware as well. The virus attacks are very low. Okay, and the attacker cannot change the changes in the system until you are logged in as a root user. Okay, easy to operate. Linux is easy to operate and we can install it easily onto the variants of the Linux have their own software repositories. So the major difference between the Linux variants is own software repositories. Like in Red Hat, we have yum and RPM. Like for CentOS also, we have yum and RPM software repositories. Similarly, in Ubuntu and Debian, there are APT software repositories. Okay, this is only the difference. But rather than that, on every Linux variants or the Linux distros which we have, it is easy to operate. Okay, Linux is easy to operate and we can install it easily onto variants of the Linux, have their own software repositories. You can update the systems periodically with just few clicks, and you can set automatic updation. Okay, so next are hardware compatibility. Linux can use on any hardware. Okay, it does not have any hardware restrictions. It uses efficiently all system resources. Okay, hardware compatibility means it needs minimal hardware. Even onto the minimal hardware configuration, the Linux servers run smoothly, depending upon the databases that you are configuring on, or depending upon the services. If you have high-end services like the videos to be videos to be launched, or the things which needs much data traffic, okay, that time we need much hardware configuration, okay. But to make the operating system to run smoothly, the minimal hardware configuration is required, okay. It is open source, which we have already seen. The source code is available as it is for the is under the free and open source software, that is FOSS, okay. So where all Linux operating systems are used. First, the NASA centers. Okay. NASA centers, most probably all the servers are configured with the Linux. Healthcare, where they can manage, maintain their databases. Okay. Commercial uses for running applications. Yes, multiple developers try to develop their softwares onto the Linux, as well as multiple OSs to run the applications smoothly. Okay, server OSs we can configure with the web servers, database servers, file servers, email servers, and any other type of shared servers. All these type of configurations can be done onto the Linux operating system, enabling it with the multiple services. Okay, to configure them with these servers. Linux is well suited for all type of server applications. Financial institutes, most of the banking sectors, okay, even our RBI, they are also, their servers are also totally onto the Linux based, where their databases are secure and enhanced with the security, as well as to to have multiple huge database onto it, okay. So most of the banking sectors, you can make a survey of it, who are into the securities and all, security head or security in charges, cyber security, they might be knowing, like, how these operating systems are important, or when we are configuring any of the servers related to the financial institute, how important it is at that time, or at time the time we're designing the architect for that particular requirement, or the you can say the client requirement, okay. So the next is why you should learn about the Linux. Okay, as it is high usage in many sectors. Okay, so when you are a system administrator, so what is the role of that sysadmins? Okay, the role is they have to handle many different things to keep the organization up and running. Means, see, if there is one client, okay, if there is one client and he has a server that is being operated with the Linux operating system, and he has multiple servers services configured onto his server, right? So being a sysadmin, what is our duty? We have to manage all these services that are set onto the server to keep it running, keep it up 24 by 7, 365 days. Because on that server, multiple things will be running, multiple things will be on the dependency of the servers, right? So it is our duty to keep and to keep a watch onto the servers, monitor them, and manage if any of the issues occur. A system administrator or you can say as a sysadmins are the unsung heroes of the organization. You people will be you people will be working onto the background, right, to keep the organization up and running. So they work in the background to make sure the company's IT infrastructure is always working, constantly fighting with the IT disasters for happening. If some error occurs, if some services are down, how you can troubleshoot it? It is the duty of yours to troubleshoot it and make the servers up again. Okay. So how is it possible to you to maintain? So once you know the whole and soul of the operating system, it is easier for you to troubleshoot with these things that are related to the servers. So why Linux operating system is more secure? It is said that Linux is very much secure. So why and how? So perk of accounts. So Linux allows few users to access the system. Thus the virus cannot attack the whole system. It may cause only few files in a system. See, remember one line in one sentence in your mind that in Linux everything is a file. Even the command that we fire onto the Linux operating system is a file that executes, right? So to access any of the file, multiple restrictions are there. Being a normal user, okay, so there is less chances of the virus attack to the whole system. We'll be working onto the individual files, right? So it doesn't affect the entire operating system. The files might get crashed with a single file, so we can again repair that particular file if some issues are occurred. But it has a very few users to access the whole system. Root is only one user who has the whole and sole access to the Linux operating system rather than normal user has multiple restrictions on it. Okay, strong community. So Linux users first accomplished the files before they open. Okay, so they can save their system from vulnerabilities. So before they open any of the files, they have to pass through the permissions that are set to that particular files. So less vulnerability. So there are less loopholes to that particular files. Files in a sense do not consider a simple file, but there should be some confidential file, secured file which has important data onto it. Okay, so even to access a single file, there are multiple restrictions onto that file. Okay, multiple permissions are set onto that file. So there are less loopholes into this operating system. Firewall and IP tables. So prior RHCL 7 versions, it was called as firewall. And now after RHCL 7 and higher versions, we call it as, sorry, now we call it as firewall, and prior it was called as IP tables. So what is firewall? Firewall is nothing but it enhances the security. Normally also a Linux operating system is highly secure. Beyond that, there is one more security layer that is of firewall. So firewall are used by the Linux because it checks the security circle of the system. Okay, different working environments. So different working environments means we have Linux distros. Okay, Linux system has different working environments like Linux Mint, Debian, Arch, CentOS is there, Ubuntu is there, Alma Linux is there, Rocky Linux is there, and many more are there. Debian is also there. Yeah, these all are working environments and protect from the viruses. Okay, even there are different distros. All distros have the same functionality, only the difference is of the software repositories, right? So even in multiple distros also we find the same security level and the same Linux base is secure related to the files and the directories that will be working on too. Okay, recordings in Linux. So what is this recordings? The most important thing Linux operating system is it maintains each and every log. Even if I will fire a single command, okay, if suppose I will check my present working directory, even that log will be generated. So why this is important? Why the maintenance of a log history plays an important role in Linux? If suppose one server is configured with multiple services onto it, and the issue occurred that the server is down, or we are facing some issue with the server. At that time, where are you going to troubleshoot the errors? You are going to troubleshoot it from the log files. Okay, it maintains each and every log that what all has been occurred, where it will help us to investigate with the error that is being faced onto the server. Okay, it maintains the log history because later it can view the details of the system files easily. How and where to check the log files, error files, I'll be showing you into the further sessions. We have one different session only for that. See, analyzing and controlling of the logs. So few users. Linux users are less compared to others. Due to this, security will be more. Command line oriented. Once you enter into the Linux operating system is not enough. You should know each and every command to operate the operating system, right? So there are very less users who know the command line oriented to operate the operating system. Even in Windows also we have multiple editions, right? We have server edition where Windows is also totally onto the CLI mode. Even the end users might be getting the GUI mode. The servers which are configured onto the Windows are all on CLI mode. You can just make a survey, or those who are already working, they might be knowing it. So Linux distros like Linux Mint, Debian, Ubuntu, OpenSUSE, Manjaro, then again, multiple other CentOS is there, right? These all are the Linux distros. So once you know how to operate the Linux base, you are eligible to operate multiple operating system like Linux distros. So this was all about the overview, how and where we can install. So we have multiple things. The first we are doing it now of virtual box. The second we'll be conducting tomorrow. Okay. So do you have any queries into today's overview of the operating system? You can raise your hand. If you have to discuss any of the points, you can raise your hands. I will unmute you. Also, you can keep me into a chat box. Okay, no one has no any queries. All good. See, I suggest to everyone of you, not only this batch, to every batch. I like the interactive session. I need some responses from you people always. If you are all good, you can keep into a chat box that we are all good. Okay, where it will help us to interact with each other as well as and to know that yes, you have understood the concepts of it, right? So be interactive onto the chat. Okay. I have kept some of the tasks for you people at the end of this session. Okay. So like how to configure the NFS server and the client in Linux, how to install the Samba server, okay, client, and then the FTP server. See, if you want to do the projects, right? So you have to learn the further things of this as well. This is just the system administration course. There is one more course, that is RHCE. Okay. So the first level is this level. That is the second level where you will be configuring your servers like FTP server, RFS server, Samba server, and web server, and Ansible as well. Okay. So multiple DHCP, DNS, all those you will be configured in CE part, that is server administration part. Okay. Even though I have kept the SE Linux overview here, FTP I have kept, again NFS, Samba, and web server. So these all things I'll be explaining you and you people. When you know the entire operating system, easily you can configure any of these servers. Okay. The only thing is, you should know the steps, and each and every step I have given over here into this PDF. So how to install web server, client, and all. Okay. Is that clear, Abid? See, if you are doing AWS and DevOps now, your future this thing is it. Just do this RHCSA. Okay, that is enough. So configuring of the servers and all, four of the things I'm incubating in this only for the extra sessions. Okay, these are all extra additional things for you. Okay, this is not the CSA part. These are the CE part. Okay, once you know to operate the Linux operating system, easily you can operate and configure the servers. Okay, so yeah, and when you'll be moving with the AWS and DevOps, in AWS also you'll be creating the EC2 instances of the Linux where you'll be configuring your servers. Okay, and DevOps is all about the containers and Dockers and Kubernetes, right? So there also it will be helpful for you and easy to move on with your DevOps content. Okay. So to all the late joinees, I would like to share the course content link where they will get the details about the course that we are going to provide you. Okay. The WhatsApp group where you will get the details about a batch, and the Zoom registration. This is Zoom registration. Okay. So that's great that you people are good enough to understand there are no any queries from your end. So let me wind up with the session. See, tomorrow is Saturday, right? Even we'll be working on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Until Monday, the day 5 session will be completed. Okay. After this day 5 session, again we will regularize our batch from Monday to Friday, right? As these are the demo sessions, we'll be conducting on Saturday and Sunday as well. But the regular batches are the weekdays batches, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay. If any one of you misses the session, no issues. You can go with the recordings that are available onto your dashboard. Okay. So hope everything is clear to every one of you. So let me wind up with the session for today. That is the day 2 session. Yes, everything is practical oriented only, Abhi. We are moreoverly focusing on the commands only. Everything will be command oriented, means we'll be See, that is what I'm installing the operating system for you, right? Even you people also install the VM, create the virtual machine, and install the Red Hat onto your systems today only. Okay. So then we'll be starting with basics of our command Abid. Okay. So ls, all these are practicals only. This is the basic overview I gave you today. These all are the practical PDFs only. See, in day one session, I have shown all these PDFs to every one of us because again, repeating it is not an point. So you just go through the recording, Abid and Abid Khan, both of you. Okay, go through the recording of my day one. I don't have the link, otherwise, I would have shared you the day one. Join this WhatsApp community group. Okay. And you can also contact on this contact number, see, and tell them to share the day one recording with you people. This these contact numbers. They will share it and just go through them. Yeah. And even if you have any queries in that, we can clarify it to you tomorrow. Okay. So let's get connected tomorrow again at 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay. Until get clear with the day one and day two session to continue with the day three session. Okay. So I am winding up with the session and have a great day to you people ahead. So tomorrow we'll get connected again at 8 a.m. That is Saturday. Saturday, 3rd of February, 8 a.m. in the morning. Okay. So thank you. Bye bye.
ಇದು ಕೊಡೆ ನಂದು ಫೋನ್